For your passion. For your work. For your life. You are why we're investing in new technology and treatments. You're why we're committed to high-quality, compassionate care. So while you're focused on today, we're ready to care for your tomorrow. St. Luke's, for your future. For your heart. For your hope. For your health. You are why we're investing in new technology and treatments. You're why we're committed to high-quality, compassionate care. So while you're focused on today, we're ready to care for your tomorrow. St. Luke's, for your future. For your passion. For your work. For your life. You are why we're investing in new technology and treatments. You're why we're committed to high-quality, compassionate care. So while you're focused on today, we're ready to care for your tomorrow. St. Luke's, for your future. For your heart. For your hope. For your health. You are why we're investing in new technology and treatments. You're why we're committed to high-quality, compassionate care. So while you're focused on today, we're ready to care for your tomorrow. St. Luke's, for your
Mic check. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Duluth FC Blue Green Soccer, courtesy of the Blue Green Stream Team. This is Matt Johnson coming to you live from Public School Stadium here in Duluth, with the Blue Greens will close out the regular season for the 2022 NPSL North campaign. The Blue Greens coming into this contest tonight sitting at 10 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw in the NPSL North standings. That's good for 31 points. That places them in second place in the NPSL North, and they're taking on the Sioux Falls Thunder here tonight at Public School Stadium on a beautiful night for soccer here in the Twin Ports area. Sioux Falls coming in 3 wins, 5 losses, and 5 draws. Good for 14 points. That places them in 5th place in the NPSL North. One final regular season game for the Blue Greens here tonight before they embark on the NPSL Midwest Region Tournament playoffs. Those will begin here in the coming week. First game scheduled for Duluth FC probably on Tuesday. We do not know the opponent as of yet, but we will know it before the end of the weekend. So stay close to DuluthFC.com. Check out DuluthFC.com to find out who and where the Blue Greens will be opening up the NPSL Midwest Region Tournament. In the meantime, again, like I said, one last game here to play at Public School Stadium, at least here for 2022 for the Blue Greens, and they come in to this contest here tonight under head coach Sean Morgan, coming off of a 1-1 draw with NPSL North leaders Med City. Their last time out, that game was played on Saturday, July 9th, right here at Public School Stadium. It was a game that myself and Coach Joe Mooney, who was not available for the broadcast here tonight, I'm flying solo here tonight, brought to you here courtesy of the Blue Green Stream Team. In that contest, the Mayhem scored first as Andres Garcia found the back of the net in the 14th minute to give Med City FC a 1-0 lead against Duluth FC. That lead lasted through halftime for Med City before the Blue Greens responded with the tying goal on a tally from Blake Perry in the 60th minute to even up matters at 1-1 from there. The Blue Greens pressed hard for a potential game-winning goal, but Med City held on late in the contest. They even drew a red card foul against the Mayhem in the 88th minute of that contest and played the last 6 or 7 minutes of that game with a man advantage, but could not put anything past the Med City keeper Iker Gonzalez and had to settle for the 1-1 draw and the single point in that contest against Med City. Brendan Daly, meanwhile, got the starting goal for the Blue Greens in that contest, and he played all 90 minutes of that game for Duluth FC. He will also get the start here tonight for Duluth FC in this regular season home finale against Sioux Falls. We'll talk more about that in our second segment of the pregame show. In the meantime, Sioux Falls comes in here 3-5-5, as I mentioned, 5th place in the NPSL North under head coach Ryan Byer. They are coming off of a 3-0 impressive win over Minnesota Twin Stars on Saturday. As you get a look at the standings in the conference here before this regular season finale for both teams. That game was played at McEnany Field in Sioux Falls last Saturday. Trace Dobson opened up the scoring for Sioux Falls in the 28th minute before Brendan Haggerty had the Thunder's second goal just before halftime in the 43rd minute to give the Thunder a 2-0 lead at the break. From there, Sioux Falls' Tyler Limmer scored in the 75th minute to complete the final scoring in that contest and give the Thunder a 3-0 victory. Latham Kleckner played all 90 minutes in goal for the Thunder to get the shutout in that contest. As again, those standings in the NPSL North here heading into this last game of the season for the Thunder and the final regular season game for the Duluth FC Blue Greens are up on your screen in this contest. So that gives you a quick idea of where the two teams are at. They have played once already this season. That was played on Saturday, June 11th at McEnany Field in Sioux Falls, with Duluth FC emerging with a 3-2 win in that contest. Late goal by Paul Bobai was the difference maker for Duluth FC in that game. He scored in the 86th minute to break a 2-2 draw to give Duluth FC all 3 points with a 3-2 win. Peter Oyatunji and Kostya Domaratsky also scored for Duluth FC in that first meeting against the Thunder, while James Bolger and Ethan Glissendorf scored for Sioux Falls. So We're anticipating a good crowd here tonight. Like I said, the conditions are perfect for Duluth FC soccer here this evening, and a spirited contest between these two if the first meeting is any indication. So that's where the two teams are at, and with being the case, we will take a quick break and come back with the look at the starting lineups for Duluth FC, also another look at those NPSL North table standings, and then eventually the opening kick of this contest between the Blue Greens and Sioux Falls. That's coming up right after this. This is Blue Green Soccer, courtesy of the Duluth FC Blue Green Stream Team.
For your passion, for your work, for your life. You are why we're investing in new technology and treatments. You're why we're committed to high-quality, compassionate care. So while you're focused on today, we're ready to care for your tomorrow. St. Luke's. For your heart. For your hope. For your health. You are why we're investing in new technology and treatments. You're why we're committed to high-quality, compassionate care. So while you're focused on today, we're ready to care for your tomorrow. St. Luke's.
Matt Johnson back here at Public School Stadium in Duluth. Regular season home finale for Duluth FC before embarking on the NPSL Midwest Region Tournament. This is Matt Johnson again here in Duluth as the Blue Greens looking to win their 11th game here before heading off into the playoffs. And we get a look at the starting lineup for Duluth FC, getting his second straight start in goal for Duluth FC. Brendan Daly, the South African keeper for the Blue Greens. The first 5 games here at home this season were started by Michael Garrihy, the Irish goalkeeper for the Blue Greens, but today Daly gets the start, his second straight start to close out the regular season, so he starts in goal. Meanwhile, starting at an outside back position, Jesse Juarez, number 2, the Augsburg University Augie, who has started on the right outside defensive spot for Duluth FC basically from the start of the season. In the middle for Duluth FC defensively, as usual, number 3, Jake Starling, the Dade City, Florida native, team captain for Duluth FC, 1 of 2 alongside Martin Grieswa, gets a start in the center. Meanwhile, on the other outside defender spot, Cian Gantley, the Irish outside back/wing player for Duluth FC. He's played most of the season at that slot for the Blue Greens. I think he started all but 1 game actually outside, has Cian Gantley, and he will get the start again here tonight. Starting in center midfield position, Kostya Domaratsky, the Ukrainian center midfielder, one of the leading scorers for this Duluth FC team. He'll get a start in the middle, starting at forward. Number 11, Felipe Artiega for Duluth FC. He's had his minutes increase here as the season has gone along. He will get a start up top for head coach Sean Morgan here this evening. Also starting at a forward slot, the team's leading goal scorer, Blake Perry, has 8 markers on the season. Does Perry? He gets the start here today after scoring the goal that tied the game against Med City on Saturday. Starting in center midfield as well, number 21, Paul Bobai, who has spent most of the season coming off of the bench, but the Nigerian center midfielder, very talented player as we've seen throughout the campaign. He will start in the middle, starting as a target forward, number 9 slot for in the lineup. number 23 on the jersey. Sam Thornton, the English central forward for Duluth FC. He'll get a start up front, starting in the middle alongside Jake Starling. Defensively for Duluth FC, Martin Grieser, and rounding out the starting lineup for head coach Sean Morgan and the Blue Greens tonight, starting in a holding midfield role, number 27, Vanan Wessels. He will get the start instead of Andreas Solares, who starts the day on the bench in the holding midfield role here for the Blue Greens. So those are your starting lineups for Duluth FC, brought to you by St. Luke's. We'll get a look also at the formation here for Duluth FC this evening, as Sam Thornton, the target forward up front. Perry and Wessels will start as backups to him. Meanwhile, Kean Gantley, Paul Bobai, Kostya Domorotsky, and Artiega, as you say, going to play a wing on the right-hand side. Martin Griezwa, meanwhile, Jake Starling and Jess Juarez, those three have been basically handling the backline duties here for Duluth FC all season, while you see Brendan Daly again starting and going on the bench. Michael Garrett will start on the bench as well, backing up Brendan Daly. Andreas Solares, who started last game against Med City as a holding midfielder, is on the bench as well for Duluth FC this evening. Felipe Oliveira, meanwhile, also on the bench. Keegan Chase, you got to start on Saturday against Med City. He goes back to the bench. He'll come off the bench here tonight for the Blue Greens. Rory Carlson, Aaron Pike, and DeAndre Williams, meanwhile, will round out the bench for head coach Sean Morgan here this evening, as the Blue Greens, again, looking for their 11th win here of the 2022 campaign. So that'll do it for our pregame programming, and with that being the case, we will take an extended audio break and then come back with the introduction of the two teams, courtesy of our public address announcer, Patrick Sterner, the national anthem, then the opening kick of this NPSL regular season North Contest, regular season finale for both teams between Duluth FC and Sioux Falls. That's coming up right after this. This is Blue Green Soccer, courtesy of the Blue Green Stream Team.
your Duluth FC. Thank you. Let's introduce the teams for tonight's matchup. The roster for Sioux Falls. Number 3, Brennan Haggerty. Number 5, Tatsuki Kobayashi. Number 7, Eric Beltran. Number 8, Trace Dobson. Number 11, Tyler Limmer. Number 18, Max McLaughlin. Number 20, James Bolger. 21, Ethan Glissendorf. Number 22, Riley Arbo. Number 24, Ethan Knott. And number 99, Mitchell Dryden. Coaching Sioux Falls is Ryan Byer. Your starting 11 for the Duluth FC Blue Greens. Number 2, Jesse Juarez. Number 3, Jake Starling. Number 8, Kian Gantley. Number 10, Kosti Domaratsky. Number 11, Felipe Arteaga Gonzalez. Number 17, Keegan Chasty. Number 18, Blake Perry. Number 21, Paul Bobai. Number 23, Sam Thornton. Number 24, Martin Griswold. Number 27, Wynan Wessel. Starting in goal, number 1, goalkeeper Brendan Daly. Coaching Duluth FC is Sean Morgan. Your officials for the evening are referee Noah Brenny, assistant referee Jeremy Euchre, assistant referee Paul Risdall, and your fourth official Sean Parker. At this time, can you all please rise for the national anthem?
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stars and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched. Where so
Matt Johnson back here at Public School Stadium. The national anthem has been played. The two teams have been introduced by our public address announcer Pat Sterner, and we are just moments away from getting this regular season finale between the Blue Greens of Duluth FC and Sioux Falls Thunder underway. Thank you for joining us here on this Friday night. Season coming to a close tonight here for Sioux Falls. For the Blue Greens, as we mentioned in the pregame, there will be at least one more game to go. It'll be the business end of the 2022 NPSL Midwest Region Tournament for Duluth FC after today, but one more at least at home here today. Temperatures in the high 60s, low 70s. Pretty dry out here as well. Not a lot of humidity and a very gentle breeze right now blowing from left to right across the playing surface here in Duluth. So all in all, a beautiful night for soccer here in the Twin Ports, and we thank you again for joining us here on this Friday night for Duluth FC Blue Green Soccer taking on Sioux Falls. Coach Sean Morgan looking for his 19th career victory here, matching wits against Ryan Byer, the head coach of the Sioux Falls Thunder. As I mentioned in the pregame, second meeting of the season between these two, a 3-2 win for the Blue Greens first time out. Paul Bobai, who's in the starting lineup for Duluth FC tonight, scoring the game winner on that occasion in the 86th minute to give Duluth FC the win in the first matchup between these two teams. Before we get things underway, just want to remind you, St. Luke's is proud to sponsor Duluth FC when it comes to injury prevention, treatment, and recovery. Their great orthopedics and sports medicine team has you covered. Learn more at slhduluth.com/ortho. Again, that's slhduluth.com/ortho. As the coin flip has been completed, the Blue Greens will be on the right-hand side of the screen defending the goal to my right. Meanwhile, the Sioux Falls Thunder will be defending the goal to my left. Duluth FC and their customary home green jerseys with the white shorts, looking to complete an undefeated home portion of the 2022 campaign, at least during the regular season, before heading into the tournament. That first tournament game coming up on Tuesday. We alluded to it a little bit in the pregame, but for more information on that matchup, go to duluthfc.com, or you can go to the NPSL.com website, as well as all those tournament pairings for the regions across the NPSL tournament, national tournament, will be unveiled on Sunday. In the meantime, Duluth FC and the Sioux Falls Thunder getting ready to get this contest underway here. Again, I'm flying solo here tonight. Coach Joe Mooney has other responsibilities elsewhere, so get me all on my lonesome here tonight, and it looks like it will be Sioux Falls that will kick things off. Standing in the center circle, Ethan Knott will kick things off here for Coach Byer and the Thunder as we await the opening whistle here from center referee Noah Brenny. And there it is, and we are underway here officially. Again, thank you for joining us. Duluth FC and Sioux Falls as the ball sent right into the 6-yard area, grabbed out of the air there by Duluth FC keeper Brendan Daly, and we are underway here. Duluth FC playing their customary 4-3-3 look. Jake Starling balling that ball forward for Felipe Artiega for the Blue Greens. Artiega now back on it. Now it's Paul Bobai, the Nigerian center midfielder, trying to square a ball for Kostya Damaratsky, but it'll come all the way back now and giving it a ride with the right foot. Mitchell Dryden, the starting keeper here for the Thunder here this evening in Duluth. High-scoring game the first time these two teams played. 3-2 was the final score. Thunder were able to come back twice from one-goal deficits against the Blue Greens on that occasion before Bobai scored the game winner again in the 86th minute of that contest. Speaking of Bobai, he gets a touch there. Now here's Vinan Vessels. Vessels ball now toward the 18. Here's Blake Perry. He'll drop it back now. Kean Gantley on the left foot. Irish outside back for Duluth FC, giving it off now for Perry, who got a little bit tangled up there. And now will find its way out of play. And our first throw will go to the Thunder here in the second minute. Eric Beltran that'll take the throw here for the Thunder. Long bus ride for them, 7-8 hours, I would think, from Sioux Falls here to Duluth. As here's Sam Thornton now, he'll play it back. Here's Jess Juarez on the right foot. Juarez to the 18 now. On the turn, taking it wide, trying to cross it in was Artiega toward the 6. That one knocked down. Nice play by James Bolger here for the Thunder, and they now will draw a throw as that one's last touch by the Blue Greens. Juarez on the far side of the field from my broadcast location here in Duluth. As we are into the second minute here. Perfect night for soccer. And here now is Sam Thornton now, trying to leave it to the outside for Artiega. And it'll go out of play. Throw coming up here for the Blue Greens. Jess Juarez will trot over from his right outside back position to take it. Now Juarez, first time into the 6. Nobody there in a blue-green jersey. Tatsuki Kobayashi was the first one there for the Thunder. Glaring attempt intercepted. Juarez trying to dance his way through a couple of Thunder players. And now Sioux Falls will try to build an attack from their own end of the field here. This is Bulger now to the outside. Kobayashi coming toward the midfield stripe. Finan Wessels getting ahead to it there for Duluth FC, one of 2 South Africans in the starting lineup for Coach Sean Morgan here this evening. The other being the starting keeper, Brendan Daly. Now Sioux Falls pinned in their own end here, trying to come out as they'll play it all the way back now for Dryden on the right foot. Dryden's ball to the outside, intercepted by Paul Bobai. Turnover on the Thunder. Now here's Blake Perry. Perry toward the 18. Outside now Bobai. Into the 18, nobody in a green jersey there. Playing numbers behind the ball here for the Thunder in the early going. As they now try to break out, now another turnover. And now taking a wide, this is Trace Dobson, his ball. That one also intercepted. Now here's Bobai. Paul Bobai coming in, got shielded off the ball. Nice play by Dobson again to keep that from becoming a scoring opportunity for the Blue-Greens, and we'll have a throw here coming up. And the throw will be for the Blue-Greens, Kean Gantley. As we're in the 4th minute here. As the throw comes in, here's Domaratsky. Back, here's Blake Perry. Perry for Duluth FC for Vessels, now for Perry. In the middle of the field, good job to pick out Jake Starling. Starling coming through now, top of the 18, flicked through by Bobai. He was looking for Sam Thornton, and that'll be cleared all the way to the far side near midfield. It'll be a throw coming up here for the Blue-Greens. Into the 5th minute. Duluth FC pinning the Thunder back here in the early moments. Martin Griezwa. Near side now, here's Kean Gantley. Gantley now making a step around Tyler Limmer, who's wearing the captain's armband here tonight for the Thunder. On the right foot, Griezwa. Now it's Bobai to the outside. Here's Artiega trying to make a turn and go outside against Kobayashi. Now on the overlap. Jess Juarez trying to keep it in, and it'll go out, and we'll see if it is a goal kick or a corner. It will be a goal kick here. For Mitchell Dryden gets the start here tonight. Latham Kleckner is on the bench here tonight for Sioux Falls. He got the win in the 3-0 shutout over Minnesota Twin Stars last Saturday. As this ball now is played back. Blake Perry putting pressure on. Duluth FC playing a high press here in the early going. Now here's Kean Gantley. Gantley for Duluth FC into the 18. Left-footed ball in the middle. Domaratsky trying to turn. Gives it back. Here's Vessels with the shot. That one deflects right back. Here's a shot. And the save is going to be made. Inside the boot by Paul Bobai, tipped over by Mitchell Dryden. First shot, first chance of the game go to the Blue-Greens, and they'll get a corner kick here in the 6th minute. And Kostya Domaratsky will jog over to the near side corner flag and take it. The Ukrainian center midfielder for Duluth FC. We'll take this one. Man marking here, playing it short now. Here's Domaratsky, steps through, gets the shot away, and that one will be smothered. Might have been going wide, but taking no chances was Dryden as he goes down. Grabs it. 2 early opportunities here for Duluth FC. Nothing across as of yet. And now the Thunder trying to come across midfield. Here's Jake Starling. In the middle now for Griezwa. Martin Griezwa playing alongside Jake Starling in the middle. That pairing has been the Blue-Greens starting center defensive pairing all season long here. As Bobai for Vessels, now to the outside. Here's Starling again on the right foot. Outside now. Felipe Artiega, he has Juarez with him, decides to try to cross it into the 6. Cleared away as far. Here's Thornton with the shot, and that one will just skip wide, and we're going to have a whistle and a corner kick. Norbenny saying it went off of a Thunder defender, so it'll be a second corner kick here from the near side flag for the Blue-Greens. Domaratsky will jog over and we'll take it here. On the right foot, it'll be a bit of an in-swinger here from Domaratsky. Blake Perry usually takes the corner kicks on the far side for Duluth FC with his left foot. In the meantime here now is Domaratsky crossing the ball in, coming through and winning the header, but leaving it just high for the Blue Greens was Wessels. He came in, had a good look at it. Sailed over the bar, and it will be a goal kick here coming up for Dryden. So a couple of good looks here in the early going for Duluth FC. As Dryden will line this one up. Toward midfield, now flicked into Duluth FC territory, and it'll carry all the way over. Out of play, throw coming up here for Jess Juarez. Native of Shakopee, Minnesota is Jess Juarez on the throw here for Bobai. Well done, headed back now. Volleyed forward by Jake Starling. Ball's brought down. And we're going to have a foul call as now we have a hobbled Sioux Falls player who goes down. And we'll see now if our center referee wants to stop play for a moment to make sure that he's all right. Tried to go down and head that ball. And Domaratsky going to come over. Bit of sportsmanship there and see if his opposing midfielder is all right. Here's everything is civil between the two. James Bolger was the one who went down, so it will be now a free kick here for the Thunder, about 5-6 yards into Duluth FC's end of the field here, as we're in the 9th minute. Kobayashi taking it. Now it skims the head of a couple of players, comes outside now, clearing with his left foot is Blake Perry. Now it's Domaratsky. Now he tried to lead it ahead for Felipe Arteaga, who might have had a step on the outside. A little bit too much on it, though, from Domaratsky, and that allowed Dryden to grab it in his own 18. As Dobson now with a long ball forward. Looking for Brendan Haggerty. That one picked off on a nice defensive play by Martin Griswa. Now Griswa gets a back pass from Kean Ganley. Into the 10th minute here, no score as of yet. Here's Jess Juarez near midfield. The ball over the top looking for Sam Thornton. And Thornton will play his college soccer this upcoming season at Drake University in Des Moines, Iowa. Tried to flick that ball through, grabbed by Dryden. Now they'll roll it near side. Dobson, Beltran. Eric Beltran, his ball across. That one picked out by Bobai. Now it's Perry. Playing it back, here's Gantley. Tight quarters here for Duluth FC. On the left outside, trying to go across. Now Limmer gets stripped of the ball by Bobai. Now it's Domaratsky. Close to Domaratsky. Stepping through a couple of players. High line being played here by the Thunder. In the middle now Wessels, and he'll go back now for Griswa. Domaratsky. Couple step overs. Now it's Jake Starling. Starling with about 15 yards of space. In for Sam Thornton, who checks back. Thornton to the outside. Juarez. Long spell of possession here for Duluth FC. Nothing toward the goal as of yet, as Starling now steps through. Bobai. Domaratsky to the outside. Gantley on the left foot. Crosses it in over the top of everybody. Flicked up into the air on the second ball. Grabbed there by the Blue Greens, and they'll maintain possession here. Field has been tilted here so far through the first 11 minutes or so. No score as of yet, though, as Griswold now to the outside. Here's Gantley. And Gantley couldn't get a positive touch on that. Will be a throw coming up here for the Thunder. Eric Beltran that'll take the toss. Checking all the way back there was Ethan Knott. Quick pressure by Duluth FC creates the throw in now near side. Quick toss from Griswold in now for Jake Starling. Starling now.
Thank you, Mark and Paisley.
Coming through now, here's Griswold. Goes to Domaratsky, 10 yards of space in front of him. Takes it toward the top of the 18. Juarez. Domaratsky continuing his run. Looking for the cross, and now dancing around on the outside, and he'll now have it taken off of his feet on the outside. It'll be a throw right at the corner flag here as Juarez for Domaratsky. Making move around Brendan Haggerty, and Unfortunately, he didn't get rid of the ball quick enough. Goes over the end line. It will be a goal kick here coming up.
Ball of play sponsored by Law Aerial Photo and Video.
As Dryden on the quick restart. They send the ball near side, and now carry over the top of everyone. Intended target was Eric Beltran, but again, well over his head. Another throw here coming up for Duluth FC. Ian Gantley will take this one. As the throw comes in, now here's Thornton. Sam Thornton on the turn. Thornton now on the edge of the 18. Comes through, gets the shot away, and that one's going to be punched wide now and over the end line by Dryden. Second really good look that Sam Thornton has had here in the early going, and a result in another corner kick here for Duluth FC. Third one so far here for the Blue Greens, as we're about to go into our 14th minute of action here. As Domorotsky lines it up. Blue Greens jamming the 6-yard area now. Plenty of bodies in there. As Domorotsky into the middle, Dryden goes up and will grab it. Nice play by the Sioux Falls keeper that time, shielding it away from Sam Thornton, and now trying to counter back the other direction. Here's Limmer. Tyler Limmer for the Thunder. Back in the middle now, here's Beltran. Eric Beltran, Limmer. Now switches it to the far side of the field. Ethan Glissendorf. Hasn't been much in the way of possession here so far through the first quarter of an hour for the Thunder. But no damage done as of yet. It's still 1-0, and now the flag goes up near side, or excuse me, still scoreless between these two teams. Getting ahead of myself here. No score as of yet. Offside against Sioux Falls, and now back to their direction. Here's Artiega. Flores now over the top looking for Blake Perry. Brought down now. Here's Thornton. Perry takes it wide. Blake Perry takes it in deep. Tried to cross it in toward the 6. Comes right back to him. Now it's Thornton. Curling it over the top. Misjudging it was Dryden. Weak side now. Bobai. Now turning. Here's a shot by Artiega, and that one's going to be saved as well by Dryden, who all of a sudden is pretty busy down here making saves. And we play on here on this scoreless duel between these two teams, about to go into our 16th minute of action here. Lissendorf now trying to play it through the middle. Now Sioux Falls into the middle. Here's Bulger. Showing no ill effects of that wayward boot from Kosha Domorotsky earlier on. Now square ball in the middle. Bulger. Plays it through now on the outside. This is Ethan Knott with it. Bulger now first time to the outside, and that one a little too heavy for Haggerty. We'll have a throw coming up now near side. It'll be taken by Kean Gantley. Carizwa. Jake Starling now on the right foot. By now Wessels. Now Martin Grieswa coming forward. Domorotsky. Now here's Blake Perry. Perry shouldered off by Limmer. Running it down though in the corner here is Kean Gantley. Gantley left-footed ball into space. Just a little bit out in front of Felipe Artiega, who was coming in. Weak side. It'll be a throw here coming up now for Duluth FC. The Greens have already had a couple of very, very good looks at Mitchell Dryden's goal, but nothing across as of yet. Still scoreless. Here's Grieswa to the outside. Gantley. Kean Gantley now cuts back against the grain. Top of the 18 now. It's Domorotsky. Kosha Domorotsky with a left-footed shot right on. Another save is going to be made. That one grabbed out of the air there by Mitchell Dryden, who was in perfect position to make that stop. Plenty of venom behind it from the left boot of Kosha Domorotsky, but Dryden makes the grab again, and now we'll send it across midfield. Ising all the way back now here is Knott. In the middle of the field, Riley Arbo with it. Kobayashi. Sioux Falls has not had any extended time with the ball at their feet, really to speak of here through the first 18 minutes or so, but So trying to mine the middle of the field a little bit there on that possession before Duluth FC sends it back to their direction. Taking the top of his 18 by Dryden. Now here's a ball in the space. Starling measuring this one. Pressure being put on by his opposite number and Haggerty, and a nice heady play that time by the former Florida Southern University Mock. Getting it back for Brendan Daly, who's had very little to do since that opening kick. Distributes it near side. Now it's Vessels. Starling. Jake Starling on the right foot. Sam Thornton now coming back. We're 23 in green. A bit of a heavy touch there. Now this one toward Limmer in the middle of the field. Bobai comes back, wins the ball back. And now it's Daly. Brendan Daly. Joining his second season as a blue-green here is Kean Gantley. Now it's Sam Thornton taking it wide, and Thornton now on the run against Eric Beltran. Takes it in deep and will be shielded off. 30-yard run that time by the English forward Sam Thornton, but nothing coming of it. Ranging order was Dobson going shoulder to shoulder with Sam Thornton, looking to add to a tally that has now 7 goals on the season. There'll be a goal kick now here for Dryden. Good crowd on hand here tonight. I know they were hoping for a good crowd here in the regular season home finale for the Blue Greens. As Dryden's ball off the goal kick skips outside, and it will be a Thunder throw here. While Sioux Falls has not had the ball a whole lot, they've been able to maintain their defensive shape pretty well here so far. Not a lot of glaring lanes for the Blue Greens to exploit as far as those runs coming forward. Here's a ball now to the outside, picked off by Perry, and Blake Perry now. With Trace Dobson making up for the mistake. Gives it all the way back, now picked off. Here's Kean Gantley. Gantley now coming forward. On the left foot, now takes it wide against Beltran. Gets around it, now they're going to say it did not go into the field of play in time. Out of play off the left boot of Gantley. It will be a goal kick here coming up. Right now, Sioux Falls getting away with a few turnovers in their own end of the field. Blue Greens haven't been able to take advantage of it yet, but playing a high press are the Blue Greens here so far. A couple nice saves by Dryden. It's a scoreless contest. So looking for that first goal. There's Dryden on the right foot. Dobson to the far side. More ball pressure being put on here by the Blue Greens. Here's Garizwa. Perry was come all the way back now from his outside forward slot for Brendan Daly. Daly to the outside. Starling now. Bending the ball, nicely done to the edge of the 18. Artiega. Felipe Artiega for Domorodski. Takes a tumble, we play on. Sioux Falls doing what a lot of teams have done against the Blue Greens here in the second half of the year, which is kind of clog the middle.
Duluth FC throw-in sponsored by Arrowhead Youth Soccer Association.
Open up some lanes maybe for some longer range shots for the Blue Greens if possible. As now here's Sam Thornton. Thornton for the Blue Greens on the left foot. Nice job to pick out Kean Gantley. Gantley now on the edge of the 18. Crosses over, gets a shot away. That one comes in and nearly deflected by Artiega, who came in. Second it was Sam Thornton who came barreling in there. Thornton gets a touch on that one. There's a good chance it redirects into the goal as it is. Dryden able to smother it. We're nearly halfway home here through the first half. Opening 45. Duluth FC has been in possession probably about 75% at least of the time here in the opening half. Several good looks at goal so far, but nothing to show for it. Here's Dobson now on the right foot for Eric Beltran. Right for Dobson. In the middle. Interception by Wessels. Ryan Wessels. An ambitious ball to the outside looking for Artiega. Kobayashi able to take it away from him. It's Tatsuki. Kobayashi sending the ball near side. Nobody in a white jersey anywhere near that one. And Gantley, unfortunately for Duluth FC, touches it out of play. There'll be a throw here coming up for the Thunder.
Sponsored by Renan Drobnik Landscape and Snow.
And we'll have a throw now coming up. Thunder seem content to try to slow the pace down as much as possible. Clog the middle here as Eric Beltran will take this throw. Licked up into the middle of the field, headed back, nicely done there by the South African to the other South African. Bessel is all the way back for Daly, and now he'll stand at the top of his 18. And roll it now on the outside. Starling for Paul Bobai. Back for Starling. Falls right now, sinking 10 behind the ball, as here's a ball intended for the on-running Felipe Artiega that will be cleared out over the far side. Taking it quickly, excuse me, is just Juarez. Now Bobai. Juarez back for Bobai again. Into the 18 now. Here's Sam Thornton. Thornton takes him wide. Tries to flick it into the 6-yard area over the top. And it'll be headed over the sideline for a blue-green throw as we're into the 24th minute. Scoreless draw here so far. Thank you for joining us again on a beautiful Friday night for NPSL North Soccer. Now here's Artiega turning and getting a shot, and that one rides over the top. We'll have a goal kick. Several opportunities for the Blue Greens here in the opening 24 minutes. On target, nothing so far gotten past Mitchell Dryden, and we are still, again, scoreless. The Sioux Falls Thunder are content to right now play counterattacking soccer here, Duluth FC. The vast majority of possession here in the opening, going on 25 minutes here. Here's Gantley now on the outside. Kean Gantley. Sioux Falls right now, 8 players behind the ball. Now all 11 behind the ball as it comes to the far side now. Starling, Bessels, Brizwa, Domaratsky. Inside out move. Now Bessels. Pushing the ball now near side. This is Kean Gantley on the left foot. In the middle, here's a turn and a shot, and the save is made. Leaping save that time by Dryden. Good look that time for Sam Thornton. Thornton's had 3 or 4 just excellent looks here so far in the opening half. Nothing in the back of the net as of yet. Now Dryden gives it a ride to the far side. Kobayashi. That's Limmer in the middle for the Thunder. Beltran on the right foot. Thompson. FC putting pressure on, brings it back now. Perry stepping in to take it right back for the Thunder was Limmer, and now here's Limmer across midfield. It's played by Griezwa to dispossess him of the ball. Now we're going to foul call. As Griezwa showing a little bit of strength there as he keeps Sioux Falls' Brendan Haggerty from taking a tumble.
Right there.
Showing that physical strength. We talked about it all season long, the physical strength of both Jake Starling and Martin Griezwa, and we saw right there. Have to have a little chat with Martin about that one. I'm not sure he expected to have to pull up an opponent tonight on the tackle. Griezwa doing the sportsmanship thing there, keeping Haggerty from, like I said, taking a tumble, and we play on here. 27th minute. Scoreless draw so far. As this one back to the 6-yard area and misplayed by Dryden. That could have been disastrous. That would have been something right there, boy. Back pass for the keeper Dryden, and then he turned on his right foot, had a bounce over the top, and we've seen goals scored on plays like that. It'll result in a corner kick here for Duluth FC. Their first one from that far side corner flag, as Blake Perry will take it. Perry, the 27th minute for the Blue Greens. Bends it in. Good ball in the middle. Loose. flicked up in the air. Dryden came out, couldn't make the play. Now it's Juarez. Hit the ball to the outside off the outside of his boot, and now Duluth FC will go all the way back. Very nice driven ball from the corner flag that time from Blake Perry. Dangerous situation there for the Blue-Greens. Now it's Starling, Gantley playing a ball for Blake Perry. And Dobson now having to come back defensively. Holding on to the ball now. And he'll draw a throw here as he plays it off the Duluth FC forward, Perry. All-time leading scorer for the University of Wisconsin Superior Men's Soccer Program, Blake Perry. Led all of Division III last year, NCAA Division III in points amongst Division III forwards. As this one headed out of play now by Vine and Wessels, it'll be a throw coming up here. Beltran will take it. Minor at halftime. We're figuring on having a conversation with Duluth FC assistant head coach Craig Chudley. So talk a little bit more about how this first half was unfolded here from Public School Stadium. It has been a dominant performance by the Blue-Greens in terms of possession. Several shots on target. Some leaping saves having been made by Mitchell Dryden, keeping this game scoreless. The Blue-Greens have been knocking on the door several times here in the opening half hour. Just have not been able to put anything in the back of the net as of yet. As Domorotsky plays it back now. Kean Gantley squaring a ball to the far side, spreading the field a bit. Here's Jake Starling. Starling on the right foot here for the Blue-Greens. For Thornton. First time touch to the outside, gets through. Here's Artiega. Artiega coming in, gives it back for Thornton. Thornton steps through, gets a shot away. Save is made by Dryden. And Thornton must be thinking he could have had 2 or 3 goals at this point in the game, as nice passing play, two-way passing play from Artiega to Thornton. Another sprawling save by Dryden, who has definitely been the best player on the field so far here for the Thunder through the first half hour. Garizwa now. His ball near side. Overhit it for Kean Gantley. It'll be a throw here coming up for the Thunder. Beltran will take it, it appears. As the throw comes in. And that one will be touched out now by Brendan Haggerty. It'll be a throw coming up here for the Blue-Greens. 15 minutes and change here remaining in the opening 45 from Public School Stadium here in Duluth. No score. Thornton now on the right foot. Has some space with which to work. Now plays it short. Artiega goes down. No call from our center official, Noah Brenny, and we play on. Now here's Domorotsky. Taken away from Haggerty. Here's a shot. That one rises high. Actually, he took it away from Ethan Glissendorf, and then the rising shot off the right boot of the Ukrainian midfielder rides high. And a quick restart now from Dryden. Haggerty. Cross midfield. Vessels. Juarez. Now Artiega. Felipe Artiega. And that one will be tackled out, and it'll be a throw coming up here for the Blue-Greens. Like I said, it has been a dominant performance here through the first half hour plus for Duluth FC from a possession standpoint. Also had several great looks at goal, just have not been able to score as of yet. As now Starling, near side, and Kean Gantley. Didn't like that touch to the Irish outside defender. It'll be a throw coming up here now. For the Thunder, Eric Beltran will take it as the toss comes in. Ethan Knott hits the deck, no call, we play on. Starling, Artiega. Jess Juarez now on the right foot. For Vessels. Fine on Wessels. I'll step back again, he'll square it to the outside. Starling. Get the sense that if Duluth FC would move the ball a little bit quicker here, they might be able to create some more lanes with which to work. Right now the Thunder seem content to play behind the ball and settle for counterattacks. Seen that increasingly becoming more common here for Duluth FC this season, as opponents playing a lot of numbers behind the ball, trying to maintain their defensive shape. As Starling comes forward. Vessels, left-footed ball, edge of the 18. Gantley in the middle now, and that one's touched just wide by Arteaga, and they're going to say it's a corner kick. Felipe Arteaga had a look at it. Blake Perry now will jog over and take this one as we're into the 33rd minute. Scoreless draw here going on as Blake Perry lines this one up on the left foot. Perry for the Blue Greens. This one a little bit more floated toward the back, flicked up in the air, and I guess no whistle. I thought it might crawl over the end line. Trying to do a nice job to keep it in, and now he rolls it for Trace Dobson on the right foot. Dobson's ball across. Vessels the first one there, pops it into the air. Now Arteaga, who switched sides with Perry, comes to the edge of the 18. Felipe Arteaga crossing it back post, looking for Perry, headed away. Kobayashi got his head to it, and we'll have a throw here coming up for the Blue Greens as we're into the 34th minute. As the sun ducks behind one of the few clouds we have in the sky here in Duluth for this Friday evening contest. Now it's Bobai. Perry now stepping through. Perry with the shot, and that one will be smothered. I don't think Blake got as much on it as he wanted to at that left foot. Dryden on the stop, and now he'll roll it outside for Beltran. Now it's Vessels. Outside, Kean Gantley. Perry back for Kean Gantley. Gantley now left-footed ball into this, towards the 6, excuse me. That one knocked down. And now here's the Vessels. Jess Juarez. Vessels now turns. Right foot. Ball across. That one tipped up into the air. Now Domorodski. And we'll have a foul called on Kostya Domorodski. Tyler Limmer hits the turf here at Public School Stadium, and more good sportsmanship between the two teams. It's been a clean game here so far between the Blue Greens and the Thunder. We'll have a free kick here coming up for Sioux Falls. Jogging over to take this one will be Glissendorf. He had a goal in the first meeting between these two back in June. As he steps into this one now, curls it to the top of the 18. Starling there to win the header for Duluth FC. Now a clip ball over the top, looking for the backside run of Eric Beltran. Beltran now spinning away, trying to take it wide, and will be tackled out, and they're going to say it is a goal kick here, I think, for Duluth FC, and well done by Blake Perry. As he came up, played that off of Beltran. Goal kick here for Brendan Daly. He's had one save to make today. It came off the opening kick, and that's it so far for him. As now here's Kostya Domorodski. Bulger coming back. Now crossing back is Domorodski. He'll take it wide. Sutter step now, inside out move with the left foot. Domorodski goes past a couple other players. Now Domorodski cuts back against the grain. Gives it back. Here's Perry's shot, and that one will rise high and through the football crossbar here. That's Domorodski. He's capable of that kind of magic with those quick feet of his. As off the restart now, it's Dobson going all the way back. Now here's Dryden. Dobson against the high press. And it'll be a goal kick again here. Interesting to see what the possession stats are here in the first half. As we're just about 37 minutes into this one, and Sioux Falls sent the opening kick all the way down on Brendan Daly, and that's been it so far for them. Duluth FC in double figures, I would think, in at least in attempts here so far. As this ball now sent forward for Haggerty. And shielding it out of play there was Grieswa for the Blue Greens. It'll be a throw here coming up. And a reminder at halftime, I believe we will have a halftime chat with assistant coach Craig Chudley for Duluth FC. I think that Coach Sean Morgan and Chudley both happy with the possession numbers here for Duluth FC. Just need to find a way to put one in the back of the net now. As Tyler Limmer now will Ball played all the way back. Again, here's Dobson. Check.
From our friends at Yellow Bike Coffee.
Sends the ball to the outside. Flicked up in the air. Nicely done that time by Juarez. And now he'll just dribble it out of play. We'll have a throw here coming up.
Someone that can present a $100
James Bolger,
bill.
the center midfielders here for the Thunder. Quick throw now by Glissendorf. In the middle now for Haggerty. Haggerty. Glissendorf. Now ball clipped in, and that one easily snared by Brendan Daly. As he rolls it now to the outside, here's Kean Gantley. Flicked up in the air, nicely done that time. Fancy footwork from Blake Perry. Now left-footed ball in the space. Here's Sam Thornton. Thornton now taking into the 18. Tried to spin it back, intercepted by the Thunder. And they're going to call a handball now on Vessels as he came over for Duluth FC. Approaching the last 5 minutes of the opening 45. As Riley Arbo now to the outside. Kobayashi.
Oh, that's cheating.
Arbo, Kobayashi, and now Duluth FC backing off a little bit more now on this one. Been playing a high press throughout the first half here. Now they're starting to put a little bit more pressure on, clipping the ball over the top. Now here's Beltran. And now a turnover, Wessels. Find out Wessels. Juarez. Jess Juarez now, the outside. Here's Artiega. All's quiet, by the way, on both benches in terms of warming up here. As Domorotsky has had a couple of good looks at goal himself. For Griezwa. Gantley back for Griezwa. Martin Griezwa now taking it into the 18. Back for Gantley. Big passing here by the Blue Greens. Left-footed ball into the middle, looking for Thornton. Send away now. Here's Wessels with the shot, and that one will rise high over the bar. And Duluth FC right now just lacking that finishing touch, that finishing play right now. Sioux Falls absorbing tons of pressure here through the first 40 minutes from the Blue Greens, but still no score. Kobayashi now crosses the midfield stripe. And now he'll draw a foul here against Jess Juarez, and we'll have a free kick here coming up for Sioux Falls. 5 minutes and change away from halftime.
Upcoming Sioux Falls kick, sponsored by Glossa Global.
Should be noted that Duluth FC
LLC.
still in the hunt for the NPSL North crown, technically. That city does not play their game until tomorrow night. They will be taking on Joy Athletic down in St. Louis Park. That's how they will close out the season. That's the team that's 1 point ahead of the Blue Greens here heading into tonight. Is off the free kick. This one grabbed easily by Daly, and he'll hold it near the top of the 18. So depending on how that one goes, Blue Greens can find a way to get a win here tonight. We'll put that much more pressure on the Mayhem tomorrow to take care of business against Joy St. Louis Park. Of course, the Blue Greens need to win in order for that to happen. Here's Blake Perry off the turnover. Blake Perry now, edge of the 18. Perry inside out move. Makes a move around the defender, Beltran, and tries to cross it in, and it'll be tackled over the end line. Another corner kick here for Duluth FC. 6 or 7 corner kicks here so far in the opening 45 minutes for the Blue Greens, as you get a good look at the Ukrainian midfielder, Kostya Domorotsky, who will take this one. Near side corner flag for Domorotsky. Domorotsky playing it short. Here's Perry. Perry crossing it in. Headed away now by Glissendorf. Gantley back outside now. Looking for Domorotsky. Tackled out by Limmer. It'll be a throw here coming up for the Blue Greens.
Sponsored by Remax Results by Lynn Marie Nephew.
So throw comes in now. Here's Griezwa. 42nd minute. Now Domorotsky. Give him a lot of space with which to work as he comes toward the 18. Now it's Gantley. Kean Gantley now on the cross. Ball toward the back post. Looking for Thornton. Headed away by Kobayashi. Now Thornton trying to speed move. And They touch it around Kobayashi, instead it goes out. The Sioux Falls outside defender, Duluth FC going quickly. Domaratsky, Griezwa. Trying to get it in for Thornton. Now Dobson takes it wide. And it'll be a throw now here for the Thunder, who've taken the air out of the stadium a little bit here. So they've been absorbing a ton of pressure here from the Blue Greens throughout this first half. They're still in a scoreless draw now as Bolger comes running forward. Now it's Vessels. Line on Vessels to the outside, Juarez. Jesse Juarez, the Augsburg Augie to the outside now, Artiega. Felipe Artiega. Force it toward the 18. Vessels, Starling. Now Griezwa. Martin Griezwa. Domaratsky. Griezwa, Perry, Kean Gantley now. Gantley taking it wide, crosses it in, and that one will be smothered by Dryden. There's one thing that the Thunder have done very well here, so in the first half, that's been reading the lanes and keeping their shape. Really haven't given the Blue Greens much room with which to work. Duluth FC's created 3 or 4 really good scoring opportunities so far, and credit also Mitchell Dryden for playing really well in goal here so far through the first 44 or so minutes. See if the Blue Greens can put at least one more good look towards Mitchell Dryden's goal here before the end of the half, as a foul going to be called here on Starling. And it'll be a free kick as we're about to go into the 45th minute. I expect there to be about more than a minute of added time here so far in the first 45. There's Kobayashi. Sends it near side, Gantley against Beltran, and it's going to be a throw here coming up now for the Thunder. Beltran going quickly with it. Juarez has foot to it. Vessels now trying to clear it out. Now here's Haggerty giving it back. Limmer trying to make a move on the edge of the 18, tackled out off the foot of Blake Perry. It'll be a throw here coming up. About a half minute remaining here in regular time here in the first 45 as Beltran's throw comes in. That one going to be headed away by Griezwa. Another throw coming up here. That's Beltran. To the edge of the 6, that one will be headed out of play, and they're going to say that's the end of the half.
And that's the half.
3 seconds of added time is all we got. So despite holding a severe advantage in both shots and also possession, Duluth FC finds themselves scoreless here with Sioux Falls at the half, thanks to some stingy defending from the Thunder and also some really good saves by Mitchell Dryden in the opening 45 minutes. So both teams now head into the locker room. We will see what kind of adjustments the two sides make. And with that being the case, we will also take a break ourselves and come back with some halftime comments courtesy of assistant coach Craig Shelley. That's coming up right after this. Your score at the half, Duluth FC nothing, Sioux Falls Thunder nothing. This is a Blue Green Soccer courtesy of the Duluth FC Blue Green Stream Team. Welcome back. Halftime between Duluth FC and Sioux Falls Thunder FC finds the Blue Greens in a scoreless draw here in their final regular season game of 2022. And I'm now joined by assistant coach Craig Chudley. And Craig, I said it several times in the first half. Boy, you couldn't ask for much more in terms of possession or shot opportunities. Just got to find a way to put one in the back of the net.
No, yeah, for sure. I think we're playing well. It's frustrating not to be ahead with the amount of chances we've had, the amount of shots. I think we're playing well. Just the last 10, 15 minutes, they lack tempo a little bit. Need to get the tempo back to where it was in the first 15, 20 minutes and start creating a few more chances.
They're really sinking in a lot. It feels like that middle's really clogged. They're playing 8, 9 players behind the ball pretty consistently. You guys have controlled play pretty much to the midfield. Sam Thornton's had some really good looks as well in that first half. Blake Perry also, but they really have been trying to close down the space, especially on the wings and in the middle for you guys. How are you going to try to break that one down? Yeah,
for sure. We knew it was coming. We faced a lot of teams this year that like to sit in. They know we like to keep the ball, and when you're a top team and like we are, that's going to happen. Teams are going to sit in, and we've worked a lot this week on trying to get out of tight areas, play the other way, and attack at pace. And I think we did that in the first 15, 20 minutes. The keepers made some great saves. Realistically, we should be ahead, but if we keep that tempo that we started with come out flying, I think we'll be fine in the second half.
Yeah, I really felt like in that first half, Sam could have 2 goals himself.
For sure.
For the way that he played in that first half. I mean, he had a couple of really good looks. I thought Felipe Arteaga also had a chance to maybe put a couple away. Blake Perry had a couple of good looks. Kostya took a couple of shots from outside. Wine Vessels also had some good looks. So you guys seem like you're doing what you need to do. It's just, again, that finishing touch, and that sometimes it's just a matter of being in the right place at the right time, just getting the right touch at that perfect moment to get the final product, I should say. Because really, if I look at that first half from an honest standpoint as a broadcaster, not much more you could have done in terms of possession and getting opportunities.
No, it's going to be positive. We said when we're going to go in and speak to the team, obviously they're frustrated, they're not ahead, but it's all positive, the things we're doing. So I think if we get one, I think they'll come. Like London buses, they'll all come at once. But, yeah, sure.
Any specific changes you guys are looking to make in the second half?
We'll give some people some playing time. We'll make subs. Like I've said to Joe many a time, we've got 18 guys that could start and we trust. So they're all exciting players, and I think that's the biggest shame of the first half. This big crowd hasn't seen a goal yet, but it's a fantastic turnout, and hopefully we can score a few and entertain them in the second half.
Well, I figured with the way that the bench was pretty quiet in terms of warm-ups, you guys were pretty happy with what you were seeing on the field in that opening 45 minutes. It's just a question of, like I said, getting that finishing touch in there. Now with the playoffs coming up, we'll jump a little bit further ahead here now with the playoffs coming up this week. What's the mood of the team like now going into these playoffs, knowing that if you win tonight, you have a good chance of having a home game on Tuesday?
Yeah, it's always a fun time of the year. Players are kind of a new lease of life going into the playoffs, and that's why a win's important tonight, so we can host in front of these fans again and hope they turn out again next Tuesday in the numbers they have tonight. And I think it's really important that how well we've done at home this year. It's important that we get that first home game.
Yeah, you guys have been basically untouchable at home so far, only giving up 2 goals this entire season at home. So it's been a very impressive performance here tonight. It looks like you guys have got a good crowd here tonight as well. That must be helping the guys as far as energy goes.
Yeah, it is. I think we had our record pre-sale tickets tonight. Charlie was telling me, so it's great stuff. It's great to do with the work we do in the community and connecting with the fans and the overall community of all the clubs in the area running camps, and it's great to see them come out and watch the boys.
All right, Craig. Well, thanks for taking the time at halftime here. I know you normally talk to Coach Mooney. He's not available, so you got stuck with me tonight. But
right. I know you're a good talker too, Matt. Don't worry about it.
So that was assistant coach Craig Chudley. Lots of luck in the second half, Coach, and we'll be talking to you again soon.
Appreciate that.
That was assistant coach Craig Chudley. I'll take one more quick break and then come back with the start of the second half of this regular season finale for the Blue Greens against the Sioux Falls Thunder. Right after this is Blue Green Soccer courtesy of the Blue Green Stream Team.
for your heart, for your hope, for your health. You are why we're investing in new technology and treatments. You're why we're committed to high-quality, compassionate care. So while you're focused on today, we're ready to care for your tomorrow. St. Luke's, for your future. For your passion. For your work. For your life. You are why we're investing in new technology and treatments. You're why we're committed to high-quality, compassionate care. So while you're focused on today, we're ready to care for your tomorrow. St. Luke's, for your future.
Matt Johnson back here at Public School Stadium. Quick note before we begin the second half here in this final home game of the regular season of 2022 for Duluth FC. St. Luke's is proud to sponsor Duluth FC. When it comes to injury prevention, treatment, and recovery, their great orthopedics and sports medicine team has you covered. Learn more at slhduluth.com/ortho. Again, that website address, slhduluth.com/ortho. 45 minutes to play here in the regular season as you get a look at the crowd here assembled from across the pitch here at Public School Stadium here in Duluth before the Blue Greens embark on the NPSL Midwest Region Tournament. Again, for more information on where and when the Blue Greens will be playing, go to duluthfc.com. If the Blue Greens win, by the way, they will be back home here for sure on Tuesday night. That's our thinking at this point in time. So Duluth FC can find a way to score a goal or two here and keep the Thunder away from their own goal. And that's when they would be back home, by the way. Duluth FC with their 10 wins this season, looking for number 11. I believe that is a club record. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is a club record in victories this season for the Blue Greens as they will kick off here. Sam Thornton here for Duluth FC. The Blue Greens, by the way, have not made any changes as of yet. You had heard assistant coach Craig Chudley talk about they felt like they were playing very well. They just need to find a way to score a few here as the kickoff is Put in play by Sam Thornton, and we are underway here in the last regular season 45 minutes of 2022 for the Blue Greens. Matt Johnson bringing you all the play-by-play here from, again, a beautiful night for soccer here in Duluth, as this is Jake Starling now placing a ball forward for Sam Thornton. Paul Bobai in the space now. Felipe Artiega touching it to the outside, coming in now. Here's Blake Perry. Perry has it taken off of his foot, cleared as far as Bobai. Now Bobai on the left foot, edge of the 18. Nigerian center midfielder for Duluth FC, for Kostya Domorodski, his partner in there. Domorodski now turns, gets a shot away. Save is made by Dryden, and he'll smother it and hold it there. Artiega waiting for a rebound on that one. That, by the way, was head coach Sean Morgan. You just saw it go by there with a smile on his face with the ball. As now, this is Domorodski playing it into the middle. This one going to be volleyed up into the air. Kobayashi waiting for it to come down. Now he'll just clear it back toward midfield. Winning the head ball there for the Blue Greens was Juarez, and now it'll come back for Martin Griezwa. Griezwa, who I had a chance to catch up with before the game, talking about the fact that he has 2 career blue-green goals. He's hoping to get at least one more before the end of the season, he told me. So maybe that'll be a good luck charm for the Knave of Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. In the meantime, here is Thornton now. Tried to play a one-time touch now for Paul Bobai. That one will be cleared over the near side. Off the left foot of James Bolger. It'll be a throw here for the Blue Greens. They take it quickly. Griezwa now to the outside. Domorodski. Goes to Domorodski, who had a couple of good looks in that first 45 minutes. Now on the right foot. Plays it back. Gets the return feed. Now being measured by Bolger. Sioux Falls starting out the second half much the same way they played the entirety of the first half, which was with 7-8 players behind the ball. Griezwa to the outside now. Kean Gantley playing that high line. Now here's Thornton. They'll turn, cross it in, looking for Artiega. Popped up into the air, top of the 18. Here's Blake Perry now trying to bring it down. Perry to the outside, Juarez. Back for Blake Perry. Perry now on the right foot. Crosses it in toward the 6. Glissendorf, not sure what he was trying to do there. And check that, it was Trace Dobson, and now this one will be deflected out. We'll have our first corner kick of the second half here in the 48th minute. Domorodski will jog over to the far side corner flag and take it here for Duluth FC. Looking to score first here in this scoreless draw. And their final regular season home game of the campaign, as Domorodski now standing over this one on the right foot. Kostya Domorodski drives the ball into the 6. Headed away. Now here's Bobai with Beltran trying to measure him. Now Vessels. Griezwa. Well done to pick out Domorodski on the outside. Kostya Domorodski cross into the 18. Artiega tried to leave it for Thornton, and now it's volleyed out of play by Glissendorf. It'll be a throw here coming up. Starling into the 18. Artiega now tries to turn and play it into the middle. Instead, he can't get a positive touch on it. It'll be a goal kick here coming up for Mitchell Dryden, who was the best player on the field in that opening 45 minutes. For the Thunder, and now that high press that we saw throughout the opening half for the Blue Greens creates a turnover. Quick throw now here for Kean Gantley. Edge of the 18, now it's Blake Perry. Perry, he goes down, we play on, nope. Check that, come back. We have a late whistle, and it'll be a foul here as our center referee, Noah Brenny, will whistle that one down. We'll have a free kick for the Blue Greens about 20 yards away from goal. See what Duluth FC can make out of this one. A couple players standing over it now. That's Vinan Wessels on the right. Kostya Domorodski on the left. And Vessels now looks like he will line this one up. Looks like he might be the one to take it. Perry also standing over there ominously with that left foot of his. And now Perry will come in for a chat with the South African holding midfielder. See what they think they want to do here on this one. So Vessels on the right foot, Perry on the left foot. Whistle goes. We're into the 50th minute. Vessels will take it. Gets a shot away, and a nice save that time by Dryden again. Well hit by the South African. Punched over by Dryden. Another corner kick here for Duluth FC. As Domorotsky again will take a walk over to the corner side flag, the far side flag. And now they'll play it short. Perry, Domorotsky, edge of the 18. Gantley now switches it for Jake Starling. Starling for the Blue Greens. For Paul Bobai. Bobai now trying to get it for Thornton. Intercepted by Glissendorf. Now Bobai takes it back. In for Artiega. Artiega tried to turn, and then it gets sent over the end line by Bolger. It'll be another corner kick here for the Blue Greens. This one of the more impressive performances we've seen from Duluth FC in terms of possession, as now Perry will take his turn at the corner flag, and he goes quickly. Juarez. Back for Perry. Blake Perry. Head across it in, hit Jake Starling in the back with it. Now here's Juarez. Griezwa, Juarez. Just Juarez now into the middle. That one bopped up in the air, headed away or toward the goal by Artiega, and then just touched wide. Blue Green's getting closer and closer. As Perry will again come over and take this one. 52nd minute. Blake Perry lining this one up. Plays it back post. Sent back in now by Starling. Now here's a head ball taken by Thornton, and that one will be finally smothered by Mitchell Dryden, and he will hold on to it here as he rolls it to the outside. Trace Dobson on the right foot. Now ball to the outside. Haggerty couldn't handle it. Now here's Thornton. Winning the race to the ball ahead of Dobson. Sam Thornton now dancing around now in the corner. Nice defense being played by Dobson. He's shown a tendency to use his body very well. We saw that in the first half, and we're going to have a foul called now on the English striker. Sam Thornton, who's an interesting story. Talked about in the first half how he is set to play this season for the Drake Bulldogs. He spent the last 2 years with Marquette University in Milwaukee. That after spending 2 years with Gannon University, where he was teammates with, I guess now former Blue Greens, Scott Wilson. Wilson played last year for the Blue Greens, played his first 2 games of this season for Duluth FC before moving out to Pennsylvania to take his first coaching gig. As off the restart. But anyway, that's some of Sam Thornton's background, as Kean Gantley now off the touch. Didn't get a positive touch on as much as he wanted to. Here's Griezwa. Thornton in the middle now. Looking for a ball from Domorotsky, who's on the wing. Sam Thornton. Domorotsky. Starling. There is Thornton trying to make a move around Glissendorf, who had him well managed or covered defensively, excuse me. Now it's Domorotsky. Left-footed ball into the 18. Now Thornton gets a shot away, and that one carries high with the left foot by Sam Thornton. Rises high over the bar.
Sioux Ball's goal kick sponsored by Renan Drovnik, Landscape and Snow.
As we are going now in the 55th minute, still scoreless. Get the sense, though, if Duluth FC scores 1, there's going to be at least a couple more that could go in. As Dryden lines this one up, gives it a ride. Artiega wins it on the head ball. Now Perry trying to spin around a couple players. Now here's Thornton. Coming over, Glissendorf. Trying to volley it out of there, picked up. Now here's Blake Perry. Perry now dancing through a couple players. Crosses it in the middle. Deflects off a defender, and now the Thunder will just pump it back toward midfield. And Griezwa now will keep it in on the far sideline. Starling now for Griezwa. Now Domorotsky. Goes to Domorotsky. Vessels Garizwa. Perry. Now Thornton. Sam Thornton. Tackled off of his foot by James Bolger. Now Haggerty. And that one goes out of play. Last touch by the Blue Greens. We'll have a throw here coming up. A couple of Blue Greens warming up over on the far side, by the way. DeAndre Williams amongst them. Keegan Chasty, also Felipe Oliveira. We'll see how many of those players end up coming in. A couple players hit the deck. We play on. Now here's the ball forward from Kean Gantley. Cleared right back toward him. Now here's Sam Thornton. Thornton coming in, gets a cross in, knocked down. And Dryden will hold on to it. Now plays it forward. Here's Bolger. Long ball into space. And now Daly coming way off of his line. Limmer was looking for a foul on that one. That would have been a hopeful whistle, to say the least, for the Sioux Falls forward. As Vessels now. Kean Gantley. Gantley. Now here's a ball for Perry. Perry coming in now on the right foot. It's a shot away and he scores! Blake Perry scores the goal. Finally breaks the seal on the Sioux Falls net in Duluth FC in the 57th minute. Takes a 1-0 lead for Perry. It's goal number 9. The assist to Sam Thornton. Duluth FC. They've been hunting for that goal through most of this first 55, 56 minutes. Finally finds the back of the net. And now we're having a conversation. I'm wondering if there's going to be a card handed out here somewhere along the way to a Sioux Falls player, and it appears there is going to be one that's going to be handed out here. And so it's going to be a yellow card as well handed out here to Sioux Falls' Brendan Haggerty. I think that was for the altercation near midfield. I'm not quite sure who else was involved in that one. I didn't track it behind the play, but not surprised. It was a pretty thorough tangle up on the play back, and Duluth FC gets the goal. Sioux Falls gets the yellow card, and it is 1-0. The Blue Greens in the lead here. In the 58th minute, that goal officially in the 57th minute again. It's Perry, his 9th. The assist to Sam Thornton. And that's where we stand. 1-0 your score. We'll see if that opens up the game a little bit more. As off the restart, this is Riley Arbo sending the ball forward. Domaratsky. Now long ball over the top. Here's Thornton. Thornton being tracked by Glissendorf. Sam Thornton. And we'll see now what the call is. They're going to give a goal kick. Or are they going to say it was offside? Looks like it's going to be a goal kick here. As Mitchell Dryden lines this one up. Off the restart, now here's Glissendorf, his ball to the outside. Kobayashi on the right foot, now plays it back. Trace Dobson's ball to the outside. Here's a ball forward now. Brought down by Garizwa momentarily. On the outside, Beltran, and he will golf one toward goal. That one grabbed by Daly. He'll hold on to it now. Brendan Daly, South African keeper for Duluth FC, will hold on to it here. Blue Greens came in the day looking for their 11th win of the season. Also giving themselves a chance at a home playoff game. It'll be the second straight season Duluth FC, by the way, played a home playoff game in the NPSL tournament. As this one comes near side, out of play. Quick toss now by Juarez. Jess Juarez. Ian Gantley now brings that one down now to the outside. Here's Domaratsky playing it for Perry. Blake Perry now with a speed move to the wing. Left-footed ball in for Sam Thornton off the post. Now Bobai turns, he fires one on. That one deflected wide, and Sam Thornton is a bit snake bit here tonight. Thornton clanking the post with that one. He's got to be thinking, what do I got to do to score here tonight? As this one now comes in off the throw. He does have the assist on Perry's goal, but man, he could have a hat trick by now if he had gotten a little bit of football luck here, but he hasn't gotten any to speak of. And we play on, still 1-0. Here's the throw now coming in. Cantley, Perry. Here's the shot by Domorotsky. That one rising high and clanks off of the football goalpost. Duluth FC shooting from all angles now at the moment, trying to add a second goal here, but my goodness. Domorotsky got all of that one with the right foot. As now a ball to the outside. That one over the top of everybody, and that'll allow for substitutions here for the Blue Greens. Keegan Chasty and DeAndre Williams over there looking like they're going to come in here. And I'm not sure what the holdup is here, to be perfectly honest. It's waiting for a game ball, apparently. And I guess we're going to hold off on the substitutions for now. So they'll come in probably at the next break would be my guess here for Duluth FC. As out the throw now Starling to the outside, overcooked that one for Jess Juarez. And now a throw for Tyler Limmer. Here's Ethan Glissendorf, his ball forward. Kobayashi, nice play there by the Japanese midfielder, Limmer. Ball to the outside, intercepted by Domorotsky, popped high in the air. Dobson now ranging back. Might have gotten away with one there on Blake Perry, and now we are going to get the whistle, and it's going to be a penalty kick here for the Blue Greens. They have a mistake there from Trace Dobson. He had to reach out and grab Perry, as Blake Perry, who has the first goal of the game, made a speed move into the 18. And it's going to be a penalty kick opportunity here now for the Blue Greens in the 63rd minute. As the conversation ongoing here, and now we'll see what center referee Noah Brenny decides to do here. There's going to be a card handed out. It's just going to be a standard foul. Looks like it'll just be a standard foul here. And Bynum Vessel steps up, trying to double the advantage here for Duluth FC. As we're now into the 63rd minute here from Public School Stadium in Duluth. 1-0 your score. Blake Perry his 9th. The assist from Sam Thornton. That's where we stand. 1-0 your score. 41st goal this season for the Blue Greens, by the way. They've given up 10. Thunder came in having scored 25 and given up 25, so now they've given up 26 on the season as the South African holding midfielder, Bynum Vessels, looks to double the advantage here, waiting for the whistle. And he finishes. Vessels with the goal. 64th minute, 2 goals in 7 minutes for the Blue Greens. I believe that is Wessel's 2nd goal of the season. And Duluth FC leads it 2-0 here at Public School Stadium to set the tone again for the NPSL tournament coming up. Now the substitutions will take place here, it appears. We'll see who comes out of the game. I would expect that maybe Paul Bobai might be on his way out. That's what it appears it is for Keegan Chasty. And meanwhile, it'll be Felipe Artiega that gives way for DeAndre Williams. So the goal scorer is Perry in the 57th, Vessels in the 64th. And it is 2-0 Blue Greens in the lead. 25 minutes and change left here in the 90 minutes. That is off the restart. Sioux Falls trying to avoid losing their 6th game of the season. As now Trace Dobson goes all the way back to the top of the 18 on the right foot. Mitchell Dryden, Glissendorf. Kobayashi now plays the ball forward. Daly coming off of his 18 will send it high over midfield to the far side. Measuring it there is Blake Perry. Carries off the head of Dobson to the outside. Dobson, who committed the foul, and now here's a elbow shot from Beltran, and we are going to have a foul called here.
Two substitutions for Duluth FC.
We will have
Coming off
a
the
free
field,
kick
number
here coming
21,
up.
Paul Bobai and number 11, Felipe Arteaga Gonzalez. Give them a hand.
And a free kick here coming up. All of a sudden, things are getting a little bit chatty on the field here.
FC, number 17, Keegan Chasty, and number 19, DeAndre Williams.
Standing over this one, Domorotsky on the right foot, Perry on the left foot. Duluth FC right now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players around the 18, as Domorotsky looks like he will play it on the right foot here. Goes to Domorotsky, bending it in now. Dryden comes for it, still loose. Cleared long toward midfield there by Tyler Limmer. That's Domorotsky. Jake Starling. Near side, DeAndre Williams getting his first touch since coming in. Had it stripped away from behind. And now here's Limmer trying to make a solo run forward. He hits the deck. We play on, advantage for Sioux Falls. Tracking back nicely defensively to intercept the pass intended for Bulger was Kean Gantley. Now here's Bulger. No. Riley Arbo for Trace Dobson. Dobson on the right foot. And now we'll have a corner kick here coming up for Sioux Falls. This is their deepest foray into blue-green territory since the half. As on the corner kick. Middle of the 18. Going to play it over the top. Gavin Haggerty, by the way, who is checked in now. For Sioux Falls.
Field, number 10, Kosti Domorotsky.
Kosha Domorotsky off of the goal kick now opportunity will be subbed out of the game. That'll bring in Felipe Oliveira.
Field, number 14, Felipe Oliveira.
So a goal kick now coming up for Brendan Daly. The 68th minute. We're about to go into the 69th minute. 2-0 your score. Both Duluth FC goals here coming after halftime. As Keegan Chasty flicks it over the top now. Here is Sam Thornton. Thornton for the Blue Greens. As they're taken off of his foot. Near side, we'll have a throw here coming up.
Duluth FC throw-in sponsored by Yard Smart Robotics. Whoops.
As the throw comes in now, here is DeAndre Williams. Vessel's the latest goal scorer for the Blue Greens. Outside now, here is Martin Grieswa. Grieswa trying to angle it forward now. Here's Perry. Perry had it taken off of his foot. Now trying to counter back to the way of the Thunder. Brennan Haggerty now for Limmer. Tyler Limmer in the middle now. Riley Arbo. Arbo on the right foot. Bends it over the top. Far side, ambitious ball here. Tracked down the corner. Takes Darling now, taking it wide with the left foot. Vessels. Now aggressively pressing are the Thunder as the ball comes near side. And that'll be tipped out of play now by Limmer. This is the first time we've seen the Sioux Falls this aggressive.
Sponsored by Young and Associates Insurance.
In fact, throughout most of these 70 minutes of action has been the Blue Greens that have been putting ball pressure on. As DeAndre Williams. Jess Juarez. Juarez into space for Sam Thornton. Well played by the outside back. Here's Thornton taking it wide, gets a shot away, and that one's saved. And smothered off the turf by Dryden, and now he'll distribute to the far side. Game beginning to open up a little bit now. Here's Bulger coming across midfield. Bolger continuing his run. It's tackled away now by Martin Grieswa, and that might be a yellow card here for the Canadian center midfielder, and it is. Martin Grieswa gets the first yellow card for the Blue Greens on the evening.
Yellow card sponsored by Yellow Bright Coffee.
So the yellow card to Grieswa. It'll be a free kick now here for the Thunder as they will play it in far side. Looks like coming over to take it will be Tatsuki Kobayashi. Start this game on the left outside as a back. Looks like he will take it on the right foot here. As we're into the 71st minute now of a 2-0 score in favor of Duluth FC. If you're just joining us, goals in the half. Blake Perry in the 57th from Sam Thornton to make it 1-0, and then Wynon Wessels, the penalty spot in the 64th, and that's where we stand as this ball now played in by Kobayashi, bounces through, and it'll go over the end line, and they're going to say it's a corner kick. Last touch by the Blue Greens. I'm not sure which Duluth FC player got a touch on it. But the Thunder now will play it in.
Upcoming Thunder goal corner kick, sponsored by Whole Foods.
Taken quickly here by Brennan Haggerty, and now a rising shot by Limmer. This is high and wide. We'll have a goal kick now coming up, and another substitution here for the Blue Greens. As Rory Carlson getting ready to check in. Looks like he's going to take out Blake Perry. So Perry is done for the night.
For Duluth FC, coming out the field, number 18, Blake Perry.
Perry, who scored the goal in the 57th minute to make it 1-0, and drew the foul that resulted in Wynon Vessel's penalty kick to make it 2-0.
Coming out of the field, number 7,
Comes out.
Rory
Good day at the office for the native of Winoka, Minnesota. As off the goal kick now, it comes across midfield. Brennan Haggerty now. Spinning, playing it back now, Riley Arbo. Tatsuki Kobayashi for Limmer. Tyler Limmer now, coming across midfield. And the ball at his feet, taken away, and now the Blue Greens trying to counter back. Here's DeAndre Williams. Williams on the stutter step against Arbo. Hits the deck, looking for the foul, and none forthcoming from our center referee, Noah Brenny, and now this one will be volleyed out of play by Starla. Just over a quarter of an hour left in this one. Blue Greens looking for their 11th win. 34 points for the season. I believe, like I said, that would be a record NPSL performance for Duluth FC in a single season in terms of points. And don't quote me on that. I'd have to go back and look at the numbers specifically. But I remember the last time the Blue Greens actually, I think, won double-digit games. And again, I'd have to go back and look at the records just to make sure. But in the meantime, it's a free kick. Here's Jake Starling off the restart. Ball's headed down now. Limmer had it at his feet momentarily. Now Vessels for Sam Thornton. Keegan Chasty getting a touch on it. And now he's going to be whistled for the infraction. It will be a free kick here coming up. Arbo putting it on the deck here. Sioux Falls doesn't make a rally here late. They'll finish up the season 3-6-5. Came in today in 5th place in the NPSL North. The Blue Greens, as I mentioned, coming in second, 1 point behind Med City. Blue Greens need to win to keep the pressure on the Mayhem. We'll play Joy St. Louis Park tomorrow in St. Louis Park. If nothing else, this result would, if it stands, would force the Mayhem to win it outright tomorrow by defeating Joy St. Louis Park. If it does not happen, the Blue Greens would win the NPSL North. If the score, like I said, stays the same and somehow the Mayhem and the Goats of St. Louis, Joy St. Louis Park, end up in a draw. There's a lot of ifs in there. Regardless of how that game turns out, the Blue Greens wanted to give themselves some momentum into the NPSL tournament and appear to be playing pretty well at the moment. Played well in that 1-1 draw with Med City. Leading this game 2-0 here. As we play on here, about to go into the 76th minute. As Kobayashi now on the outside, plays it back now on the right foot. Lissendorf's ball to the outside. Now here's an opportunity for Sam Thornton. Thornton now in a straight-on foot race. Thornton coming in now on the right foot. Plays it across the middle. There's a shot. The save is made. Rebound is there, and they score! goal is Rory Carlson's. The assist to Sam Thornton, his second of the game, and it's 3-0 now. Duluth FC in the lead in the 76th minute. So after a frustrating opening 45 minutes, Blue Green's leading it now 3-0. Struck 3 times here after halftime.
Scoring for Duluth FC, number 7, Rory Carlson.
As the Thunder going to go into their bench and now bring in Latham Kleckner, who starting goal last game. That 3-0 win against Twin Stars last time out. Duluth FC with goals number 41, 42, and 43 on the season here this evening. As now here's Trace Dobson. Dobson coming forward. Now here's Carlson to lay his goal scorer off the turnover. Carlson trying to play it into space now for Sam Thornton. Now Brennan Haggerty on the right foot. To the outside. Eric Beltran now for Sioux Falls, trying to come into the 18. Is possessed of it as it comes back now and giving it a ride. Now with the right foot is going to be Daly.
Excitement. We got another one. Who's got the initials? MP.
Jesse Juarez now to the outside. Here's Carlson. Rory Carlson.
Way to go, way to go.
Jockey for position over there by Gavin Haggerty, excuse me.
The last one.
Now it's Key and
PF.
Gantley on the right foot. Squares it in the middle. Here's Vessels. To the outside now. DeAndre Williams for Thornton. Vessels popping it up into the air. Trying to flick it away now is Riley Arbo, top of the 18. Now they're getting as far as Tyler Limmer. Limmer across midfield. Rieswa was there to break up the play, and now here's Oliveira. Felipe Oliveira. Williams to the outside. Rory Carlson. Playing it into space now, Oliveira, and he's going to be called on the offside, half step ahead of the play. As we have just a little over 12 minutes left to be played in this one, plus extra time, as another substitution here now for the Blue Greens. It appears it will be Aaron Pike that will enter the game here for the Blue Greens, and we'll see who he takes out. Come in, and it looks like he is going to replace Sam Thornton, who a little bit snake bit in terms of scoring goals tonight with Sam, but a couple of assists for the big forward from England. Specifically from Rotherham, England. 2 assists for him tonight. As off the start now on the outside, here's Beltran taking it in deep. And across the front of goal, and now they get a goal. Galley came out. For this Bolger. I think they might give it to Bolger. It'll be Bolger or Limmer on the goal. So that goal comes, by the way, in the 78th minute. We'll give it to Bolger, unless I hear differently.
With a substitution for Duluth FC, Sam Thornton, number 23, came off the field. Give him a round of applause.
So 3-1 now your score.
Yeah,
Anticlimactic on that goal, to be perfectly honest.
Aaron Pike.
As now off the restart, here's Pike. Aaron Pike trying to come in, and they're going to call him on a foul. Got a push into the back of Trace Dobson, and now here's Ethan Glissendorf playing a near side, and that'll go out of play. Throw coming up here for the Blue Greens. So Bolger's goal comes in the 78th. I'm going to give the assist on that one to Tyler Limmer. 3-1 now your score. Game is, like I said, opened up a bit now after a very defensive-minded first half, especially from Sioux Falls. We've had 4 total goals here in the second half. As this throw now comes in. Haggerty now on, playing it forward. Now here's the Vessels. Juarez steps up with the right foot, now plays it over the top. Dobson sells it with his right foot now for the Thunder. Now Kean Gantley intercepts from the outside. Pike over the top, DeAndre Williams. Flag stays down. Williams in the 6-yard area now. Here's Oliveira. And now the flag does go up. We will have a free kick here coming up off the offside. As we're now into the 82nd minute. Duluth FC leading at 3-1. As this ball now intercepted in the middle of the field. Now on the right foot's Keegan Chasty. A little bit overly ambitious with that one, looking to release Rory Carlson. Now it's Beltran. Ian Gantley now trying to step through. Many sets of feet there for the Irish outside midfielder for Duluth FC. And now here is Kleckner, who just came in about 5 minutes back. Gives it outside now, Kobayashi. Tatsuki Kobayashi now takes it deep. Crosses it in. Cleared away by Starling, back toward midfield. Now Glissendorf will touch it. Trace Dobson. Arbo. Will go all the way to the top of the 18. For Dryden. His ball to the outside, that one headed down. And Pike tripped up that time on a nice defensive play by Dobson. The 83rd minute.
Duluth FC throw-in sponsored by Hermantown Football Club.
And the throw coming up now for Kean Gantley. Kleckner now on the outside, has it taken away. Felipe Oliveira. Now in the middle, here's Keegan Chase, who all kinds of room. Oliveira to his left. And the offside flag goes up. We'll have a free kick here coming up.
Sponsored by Glossa Global Translations, LLC.
Got a reminder, Duluth FC after today. We'll find out their fate on Sunday in terms of the NPSL Midwest Region Tournament. DuluthFC.com to find out who and where the Blue Greens will be playing. I believe they'll be at home regardless if this result holds. There's conventional wisdom at least heading into this game. We'll see if that conventional wisdom becomes actual wisdom on Sunday. As we will have a throw here coming up for the Blue Greens. 5 minutes and change remaining to be played in this one. Duluth FC looking like they could be well on their way here to win number 11. They can kill the last, as I said, 5 minutes or so. In the meantime, here's Limmer. Tyler Limmer now coming back into the outside. Here's Beltran. Beltran now getting a shot away, and that one tipped wide, and it will be a corner kick, nice save by Daly. And we will have a corner kick now far side. Who steps up to take it here for the Thunder? Looks like Beltran will take it himself here. Beltran on the right foot. Plays it in. That one flicked up into the air, top of the 18. Comes back for Limmer. Now Limmer, bending ball over the top. Heads it down. And Daly having to smother that one. Actually score that one?
Sioux Falls scores their second goal.
Oh, wow, I guess they did. Duluth FC taking their foot off the pedal here a little bit, making things a little bit too interesting. 86th minute on that one. That'll be Tyler Limmer's goal.
It just got interesting.
So Limmer with a goal and assist in the game. 3-2 your score.
Of our game, Mark, what do you got?
All right, let's start off this round. Who's got a pen?
One more sub looks like for the Blue Greens, by the way, across the way. It looks like it'll be Andreas Solaris. Duluth FC getting a little bit sloppy here at the end. Not what you want to see. Now you've given the Thunder some hope here as this ball now over the top. Come back now. Loose marking by the Blue Greens late in this contest here. And this a little more dramatic than it probably should have been.
Who's got a piece of gum?
Kobayashi now. Puts it down and now
Not chewed piece of gum. Who's got a fresh
we'll
piece
have
of
a
gum?
free kick now coming up. 87th minute. And Solaris now off the hard foul from Kobayashi will come into the game here.
We're going back to the money. Who's got a nice crisp $50 bill? $50 bill.
Starling now standing over this one. Vessels will come out. Solaris in. 87th minute. Playing it near side now. Here's DeAndre Williams. Williams. Never knocked out of play. That's touched by Glissendorf.
We'd like to thank all of our sponsors this evening. Again, thank you to Yellow Bike Coffee for donating all the coffee you did tonight. We really appreciate it and hope the fans love the coffee. It's fantastic, folks. Head on down to see them at Pickers, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily.
Give the Thunder credit. They've hung in there despite going down 3 goals. They never gave up on the game. Yeah, Solaris now with his first touch. Clips it over the top. Here's Pike. And another offside is going to be called here against the Blue Greens. By the way, those 2 goals for Sioux Falls coming in the 78th and 86th minutes. So that's 3 goals now since the 76th minute mark. Carlson made it 3-0.
Coming off the field, number 27, Winan Wessels. Give him a round of applause. Coming on for Duluth FC, number 6, Andre Solaris.
Throw coming up here now. Ian Gantley on the far side. This one popped up in the air. Solaris now over the top. Grabbed by Dryden now as we're in the 89th minute. Giving it a ride far side. Balling it forward. There's Starling. DeAndre Williams. Chasty trying to run it down. Keegan Chasty on the left foot. Beautiful ball into space for Carlson. Dryden came off of his line. Oliveira on the right foot now. In for Williams. Dryden off of his line. And he'll give it a ride now. Pumped back to the direction now by the Blue Greens. Here is Pike. Now it's Trace Dobson. On the outside now. And Haggerty. Now into the 90th minute, 3-2 your score. Sioux Falls looking for the tying goal here. That's Beltran. And this one will be flicked over the top, over the end line. It'll be a goal kick here for the Blue Greens. Brendan Daly going to take his time on this one. No need to hurry. Solaris now sending it forward. forward. Brew ball. Intended for Limmer. Picked up now by Daly. He'll hold on to it here as we're into the first minute of extra time. We'll see how much center referee Noah Brenny wants to give here. As this one now headed into space forward. Now back for Dryden. He'll give it a ride over midfield, headed forward there by the blue-green Starling. To the outside now, Williams. Solaris, Oliveira, and that ball last touch by, I think, Ethan Glissendorf. It'll be a throw here coming up for Duluth FC. Financial wisdom again. I usually go with about 3 minutes at a time on a game, generally speaking. We'll see if that's how much time there is actually added here as Kobayashi now in for Glissendorf.
Thank you for all of your support, consuming all of the concessions you did this evening.
Skying that one in his own end of the field. Now here's Solaris getting ahead to it. Now it's Oliveira. Clicking it over the top now. Aaron Pike trying to get to it. Now cleared away. Forward now. Beltran. As clearing it over the sideline is Jake Starling. 92nd minute now as the throw comes in. Oliveira. Now here's Pike as the flag goes up. Free kick here coming up, and then the 93rd minute here. Would expect much more extra time to be added here, as now everybody going to go forward here for Sioux Falls. Kobayashi getting into this one. Top of the 18 flicked on. Now Starling clears it away with the right foot. Beltran takes down DeAndre Williams. And I wouldn't think that we're more than about maybe a half minute away from the final whistle here from Public School Stadium.
Pulls out a yellow card.
Yellow card, by the way, is for Beltran.
Yellow White Coffee.
Gallia will give it a ride, and there's the final whistle. Duluth FC defeats Sioux Falls. Final score here, 3-2. The Blue-Greens dominate for the most part in the game. Had a couple of defensive lapses late that gave the Thunder some hope, but they end up winning it by the score of 3-2. Recapping the scoring in this one: Blake Perry in the 57th minute, Wyden Vessels in the 64th, then Roy Carlson in the 76th, James Bolger in the 78th, and then Tyler Limmer closing up the scoring in the 86th for Sioux Falls. 3-2 your final score. The win to Brendan Daly, the loss to Mitchell Dryden, who actually had a very strong game. You can make the argument he was the best player on the field tonight for Sioux Falls. Duluth FC closes out the regular season, 11 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. 34 points, and they could still win the NPSL North depending on how the mayhem of Med City FC do against Troy St. Louis Park tomorrow. Sioux Falls finishes 3 wins, 6 losses, and 5 draws for 14 points on the season. Up next with the Blue-Greens, they are off to the NPSL Midwest Region Tournament. They'll find out their fate on Sunday. For more information on that, go to DuluthFC.com. We're anticipating the Blue-Greens being home on Tuesday. That would be our next broadcast, by the way. If that is the case, again, for full information on that, go to DuluthFC.com. Big thank you to everybody who watched the game here tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Big thank you also to Harrison Law, who stepped in for his father, John Law, to be my producer here tonight. Also, Tara Anderson, as usual, our excellent camera person, as well as Duluth FC. Again, closes out an unbeaten regular season here at home with a 3-2 win over the Sioux Falls Thunder. So for Harrison Law and Tara Anderson, Matt Johnson, one more time repeating the final score. Duluth FC wins it 3-2. The Blue-Greens are off to the NPSL Midwest Region Tournament. And if they are at home, which we're anticipating, we'll be talking again on Tuesday. Until then, thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Blue-Green Soccer, courtesy of the Blue-Green Stream Team.